Hello family, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys' day has been going great. Today I want to talk about the fatherless. I want to encourage those out there that are fatherless. Last night I had an interesting situation come to me, and it's always good to have God use you, and how God brings people out of the blue. When you're way somewhere else, he still brings people to you because he knows he can use you. He can count on you to speak his words. And man, last night was a good one, man, to be able to feel my spirit engage and activate with somebody else that really needs that spirit poured into them. That when their spirit is suppressed, and it's chained and locked in, and Satan and the demon is trying to take over their body, and man, it goes so deep, more than what the eye really sees. And they're crying out for help. People are actually crying out for help out here. They're hurting, and they don't know how to express it. They don't know how to say it because people out here are just looking at the flesh and not really looking at the unseen, not really understanding that it's inside them that they're dealing with, that they're battling with, that they're fighting with, and they don't know how to express it because there are people out here that just looking at them as the outer appearance or as the person, and not that this person is really hurting over something, this person is really going through something, but instead shutting the person down to the point where they don't want to talk, where they can't express, and that allows the evil in them, that allows the demon to dwell inside of them, to where that they act out, to where they're not the same, to where they're rebellious, to where they don't want to hear what you're talking about. And we have to have the discernment. We have to understand what is really going on. And last night I came into that encounter, and I was able to see it, man. By all glory be to God, by walking with him. All glory be to God, by walking with him, I was able to understand and see what was going on. And man, I mean, my spirit just engaged with hers and just poured into her and poured into her. Man, before I knew it, man, it was just, man, just the power is just unexplainable at times. We've all experienced it and felt it, but when you feel it on a regular basis, it's just, you recognize I'm in a whole nother world because you actually have a name to it. But based on it last night, I just wanted to come here today and encourage you, encourage those who are fatherless. Even myself, this word would be encouraging to me because we have situations and tragedies that happen in our lives that we kind of block out and or we suppress in our minds, in our bodies, but it really plays an effect on us. Because as children, when we grow up, you have to have the mother and father. Those are two different people. That's a two different way of thinking, two different way of living. And as children, we need that both to balance us out so we can understand life better, so we can know how to handle ourselves in different situations. And it's a must that we have that. It's a must that we have those relationships. If not, then we become underdeveloped in this life. And so I want to jump into scripture real quick, just to let you guys know that even though you're fatherless, even though you feel that you have been handed the short end of the stick, so to speak, that you're not alone, and that life is still going to give you what you need to grow, to survive, to live, be strong, and be great. It will. I'm living proof. I'm a living testimony of it. It will work out for you, but you have to trust, you have to believe. If you don't have that right perspective, things will look ugly, things will look dark for you. But I'm telling you, it's not that way. It's not. God has your best interest. In fact, God is the one that brought you in this world to mothers and fathers, and he's the one that guides you. God is the one that guides you from the beginning, from the point of even being birthed. He guides you. He has set forth a destiny, a place for you to be, and he put you to your mother and father so they can raise you up in his ways. And though things happen in life with the parents he has set us to, that doesn't mean he has taken his hand off of us. He still has a destiny for us. He still will develop us as he desires. So we must understand, guys, you're not alone, and it's not over because we lose someone. God is the source. Let's jump into scripture real quick. It comes from Romans 8th chapter in the 12th verse. And I want you to listen clearly. Therefore, dear brothers and sisters, you have no obligation to do what your sinful nature urges you to do. For if you live by its dictates, you will die. But if through the power of the Spirit you put to death the deeds of your sinful nature, you will live. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. So you have not received a spirit that makes you fearful slaves. Instead, you received God's Spirit when He adopted you as His own children. Now we call Him Abba, Father. For His Spirit joins with our spirit to affirm that we are God's children. And since we are His children, we are His heirs. In fact, together with Christ, we are heirs of God's glory. But if we are to share His glory, we must also share His suffering. Guys, we're going to suffer. But understand that suffering will be a stepping stone to get you to the place of glory. Within you is a spirit, it's God's Spirit, that He's going to be able to feed you. He's going to be able to show you things and grow you in life. Feed your spirit. Feed God's word. And that spirit will then lead you to where you need to go, to the things you need to have. And it will develop you, though we feel we've lost something because we lost a parent or father. That spirit will lead you and develop you as if the Father is still there. And in actuality, the Father is still there. The Father is still guiding you, developing you into the man and woman you were designed to be, destined to be. I just wanted to give you that encouraging words, guys. Do not be down. Do not feel down. Do not feel discouraged. I know it hurts. I know you feel like, man, what am I to do? I know you have that part of your mind, that part of your psyche, that urges to have an understanding of a man, that urges to want to know how to deal with different situations that the other parent can't show you. I understand. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. But I'm here to encourage you and let you know that you will be developed. Embrace God. He shows the way. God becomes the Father, and He instills in you the things that the Father does, the things that the Father will and supposed to instill in you. So I say to you, do not be discouraged, but today be encouraged and embrace God's way. Allow Him to feed your spirit through His word, and then your spirit leads you in the ways that you should go. I love you guys. And don't forget to embrace the struggle, because that's where the growth is later on.